Hi, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to make sense of the voices in your head and use them to create an amazing life. Hello there, Matt Schaefer here, your relationship empowerment and connection coach. And today's topic, what we're going to talk about today in this video, is how to distinguish the different voices we have operating in our head and harness them and manage them in a way that allows you to live your best possible life. And it's really cool, and it's gonna be a little different than our normal videos, so really hang with us here because it is going to give you value, I guarantee it. And if you haven't yet, hit that little subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever I'm posting new stuff. I'm posting new stuff all the time. All right, let's do this. So first off, let's talk about it, right? First off, can you acknowledge from where you're at right now that all of us are a little crazy, right? All of us have voices in our head. You've got different voices operating. You've got thoughts continuously running through your head. And so ask yourself, where are those thoughts coming from? Have you ever really asked yourself? What I want to pose to you is that you've got two main sources for the thoughts and the feelings that you're experiencing all the time. Okay, you've got two main sources. You've got your ego and you've got your higher self. And depending upon which source you listen to, which thoughts or feelings you pay attention to, that's going to determine the quality of your life, okay? Because you are not your thoughts or your feelings, and you are not your ego or your higher self. You're the witness to all of that. You are consciousness, and you as consciousness are experiencing your thoughts and your feelings from both of these forces in your life, okay? And then you have a choice on, as a consciousness, as a witness of which of these forces you listen to and which you allow to guide and influence your behavior and your decisions. Okay, so this is like the core, that's the core foundation of what it is that we're talking about today. So I wanted to set that context for you, right? So let's look at these two different forces and what their motivations are. Okay, so first off, we'll start with your ego. Because your ego is, for most people, a large driving force in their lives, okay? So your ego is the fixed identity, right? Your ego is your understanding of who you are and what makes you different and separate from everything and everyone else, okay? So your ego is a static, fixed understanding of who you are, what you're capable of, and what you're not capable of. So your ego basically is this sense of understanding of who you are that has been built throughout the entire course of your life. All of your memories, all of your wounds, everything that you've experienced and all the beliefs that were created by all of your experiences, your limiting beliefs, right? Your beliefs around worthiness, what the sort of love you deserve, the sort of relationships that you get to have, right? That's all those beliefs that you've accumulated over the course of your life are based in your ego. Okay, so your ego wants you to stay the same. Okay, that's at the foundation of your ego. Your ego wants you to stay safe. And what safety means to your ego is you staying in one space. So whenever you're feeling the feelings of fear, whenever you're feeling the feelings of unworthiness, of insecurity, of doubt, self-loathing, all of these sort of feelings and thoughts associated with them, they're coming from your ego, because what are those thoughts and feelings trying to get you to do? They're trying to get you to disconnect. They're trying to get you to play small. They're trying to get you to not move forward into anything unknown, right? Because that could be a danger to this fixed understanding of who you are. So the greatest way to understand and discern if it's your ego talking to you is to look at the end result of what the thoughts and the feelings want you to do. If they want you to disconnect, shut down, play small, isolate, not move forward into a new potential threshold of something new for you, chances are that's your ego. And so how many people do you know that are continually operating from that space, from their ego? How many people do you know that have been stuck in the same cycle of the same type of relationships or the same miserable career for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right? These are people that have spent their entire lives listening to their ego and allowing their ego to dictate their behavior. And I personally, I can't operate that way. And I coach my clients into not operating that way too, because most people's patterns, especially their negative patterns, especially their self-destructive patterns or their self-sabotaging patterns, are all based in their ego. Okay, so again, your ego's not evil. I don't want you to think your ego is evil. All your ego wants is to keep you safe. So we get to love our ego, but we do not get to let it control us, right? And on the other side of this, you have your higher self, your intuition, right? This voice is usually a lot less loud than your ego. Your ego is a very loud, angry, fearful voice, panicky voice in your head. Your higher self is going to be much more of a whisper. It's going to be encouraging you to step into the unknown. It's going to be encouraging you and asking you, to go talk to that person that you have feelings for, that you're scared might hurt you. But do it anyway, right? Your ego is, or your higher self is standing for your highest possibility. It wants you to expand into the greatest and fullest expression of who you are, of what you're capable of, right? So your higher self is gonna be a much quieter voice, but when you look at the thoughts and the feelings that it's operating from, it's hope. It's possibility, it's excitement, it's joy, it's freedom, it's expansion, it's growth. And there's fear there, but that fear is fear of the unknown because it's not known, right? So it's not bad fear, it's good fear. It can be sort of anxiety, right? About, I don't know what's out there, but I'm going to go for it anyway. So it's a different type of fear, it's a different type of feeling, and there's going to be a lot more joy and freedom associated with your higher self than there would be with your ego. So again, listen to your thoughts and feelings. And then also the most important way to distinguish your higher self thoughts and feelings from your ego is look at the end result. Look, if you were to follow the thoughts and feelings of your higher self, or if you were to answer these thoughts and feelings and they were to lead you to growth, expansion, connection, into the unknown, into greater possibilities, exploring something you've never explored before, chances are, if that's the end result that listening to the thoughts and feelings would guide you to, chances are that voice is your higher self. And if we want to live our best life, if we want to have our best relationships, we get to allow our behavior to be influenced mostly by our higher self and not by our ego. So does that mean that we shut down our ego and we dismiss it and we lock it up forever? No, your ego is an important part of your identity. It's an important part of who you are. You need to see yourself as something separate from everything else. That's important, but that can't be what defines you, okay? So the metaphor I like to use is that, you are basically the consciousness, right? And you're the one driving the car, okay? Within that car, you've got two seats, right? And you got your ego in one, and you've got your higher self in the other. So your ego gets to be in the car. It's gonna be in the car no matter what, okay? But it does not get to touch the steering wheel of your car. It doesn't even get to fiddle with the stereo. Your ego doesn't even get to sit in the front seat. It doesn't get to, sure as heck doesn't get to navigate. Your ego gets to sit in the back seat, and it can complain and it can talk all that fearful stuff all day, right? Because that's the thing. You don't want to lock your ego in a box. I want you to visualize your ego as your 7-year-old self, right? A small child version of you, right? A little girl or a little boy. And if a little boy, and it's scared, right? Your ego has so much fear because it's living and it's defined itself by the wounds that you've experienced in your life. So if you've got a little girl or a little boy and they're scared out of their mind, are you going to lock them in a closet to punish them for being scared? Is that going to make a man feel any better? No, it's just going to make it worse. Your job is not to suppress your ego. Your job is not to go to war with your fear. Your job is to allow your ego, to allow that little girl to express herself from the back of the car, and then comfort her, love her, tell her, I know you're afraid, and I understand that all you want is to keep me safe. But I'm going to move forward anyway, because I want to create my greatest life. I want to create my greatest relationships, and I'm never going to do it if we're just sitting in the parking lot. We get to get on the road, and I get to allow myself to be guided by my higher self. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If it does, guys, take a second, hit the subscribe button, and recognize that, you get to love your ego, and you get to soothe your ego, and you get to let your ego do all the chattering at once. But that does not get to be the guiding force or the guiding light in your life. Listen for your higher self. Listen for the voice that's guiding you into deeper connection, more meaningful relationships, and into the greatest possibilities in your life, and operate and act from that voice. And you're going to create magic in your life. I guarantee it. So I hope this resonated with you, and I will see you next time on my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.